Hello and welcome to the last episode of Pizza Talks for 2020. I am your host, Nansy Samaka, and I'm with...
Nicolas Kondylis.
Hi, Nicola.
Hi.
So good to have you. Oh my god. It's been a ride this year. This year, 2020?
Yep, it's been
a lot. Ride. Oh yeah.
And that's how I made sure this series for 2020 has its last episode good and proper. I have pizza.
Woo! He has pizza, I don't. All I have is some handy dandy water. Buddy, please everybody hydrate. Everyone.
That's true, yeah. Drink water. It'll save you.
So, I really just want to say that in true 2020 fashion, this podcast today is not only about the topic of New Year's resolutions and generally striving for a goal and the determination that it takes to get there. It took us 2 fucking hours to prepare for this recording because so many things went wrong. We were supposed to record this about a week ago. Yeah. We didn't end up recording it a week ago because I couldn't record a week ago. So today, when we finally could all get together and, do our thing, we were having just a plethora of technical difficulties. There's nothing quite like the last episode of 2020 being difficult. Nothing quite like it.
And if anyone is wondering what kind of technical difficulties, yes. All of them.
I thought changing up the look for the end of 2020 to sunglasses as if I just went drinking last night was pretty appropriate, considering that while we will all be at home, I am sure that somewhere in your house there will be something for you to toast with and celebrate New Year's with your family or your friends, your roommates, whoever you're with, wherever you are. Nicola, when you first broached the subject of today's podcast episode, I was a little skeptical because I wasn't sure how exactly we were going to manage to talk about this in a timely fashion. Mm-hmm. So I actually want you to take a head start on this and tell me exactly how you feel about just the determination that it takes to reach a certain goal or strive for something.
Well, what I believe comes into place when it comes to determination is that, you're reaching a point where you say to yourself, I want to do this, and either you're gonna do it or you're gonna not do it. You're gonna have to say, yes, I will do this, I won't do this, and I will push forward all the way to the end, no matter what it takes. Mm-hmm. Well, in the boundaries of logic, of course,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how else to put it.
That's a very fair way to put it.
Yeah.
I think.
We have pauses. This is fantastic.
Hey, pauses happen. We just gotta take it as it comes, just like 2020. We took it as it came to us. We adapted. We improvised. We overcame.
Yeah.
There we go. I think in terms of striving for a goal to the best of our ability, it's something. It's something both so specific and so broad. It's something that can branch out into so much more. Like from the talk of determination, you can go to talking about your love and passion for something that leads you to that determination, right? Yeah. So I know that this subject in particular came from a very close place to your heart because you are somebody that has a really big goal that they want to accomplish. Everybody, Nicolas is a Twitch streamer.
Yeah, I'm growing slow and steady, but every step one at a time. One
What
foot
was
after
it?
the
What
other.
was it? What was it like when you first started?
Uh, I have to admit I was super awkward. I mean, the one thing everybody told me after I finished my first stream is that my voice was very calm, quiet, and soothing in a way.
Aw, that's a good thing, right? I think.
Well, some liked it, some did not. I think I should talk a little bit uh, louder so that they could hear me. Of course, this changed a bit over time. Uh,
I remember when I first tuned into one of your streams, I had that exact, like, I had a similar thought where I was like, he's a person that speaks so softly. You know what you need? You need a good microphone. If this was an actual, like, full-on radio broadcast, this is the point where I would be like Oprah and I'd be like, and we have a microphone. Microphones for everybody. But well, I don't have magical powers or
yeah,
money.
and I have to agree, my mic isn't the best there is. And that was, I remember that stream you joined us. It was the very first stream I did Undertale, actually. And back then, yeah, I didn't add any filters to my microphone, so I will remove background noise and won't have static all the time. And in my last stream of 2020, I put it all the way up to here, my microphone, so it's basically a headphone user warning at this point.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I guess I did found my way around it eventually.
So how do you feel you've grown in this year in general as a streamer?
Well, compared to other streams which have become my long distance friends at this point, I haven't grown as much. But can I really expect anything? I started as a complete unknown, and here I am right now. I actually managed to reach affiliate, which basically means that I can actually receive donations and subscriptions and basically money from Twitch. So that's a good thing, even though I do it for fun. I
awesome.
I will always do it for fun. I don't look to get an income out of this.
Do you have actually, better question before I get to the question I just had in mind. Do you have something or a specific memory of when you first thought to yourself, I want to do this, and it sort of just kick-started?
Actually, I do have this memory. I wanted to do streaming for a lot of time. I just didn't have the proper equipment to do it. I had this idea all the way back to my second year of junior high. Back then, I had nothing. I didn't have a good PC. I didn't have a camera. I didn't have a microphone. I didn't even have a good internet connection. I mean, maybe at some point I will bring back some of my tiny live streams that I did on YouTube just as testing. Everything is super laggy back there. I mean, you see pixelated everything.
Okay.
And one day our internet provider company called us and said, hey, do you want like better internet connection for like €2 higher price every month? And we're like, yeah. And then I used the connections speed meter in Windows 10, and it showed me that I can actually have a high quality stream. So I'm like, now's the time. It's now or never.
That's great. That's wonderful. Such a great story. Well, do you have a New Year's resolution?
Not a full one, as a matter of fact. Well, I will continue streaming. I will do some changes, obviously, in due time. I don't know if I'll be ready for the first stream of the year, but yeah, when it comes to this, I have several things to fix and change, etc. Other than that, I actually want to see where it will all go. I want to, in general, not have a plan for the new year. Just let it unfold. See where it goes.
Okay. That's a pretty good practice considering what happened this year. You can't really make solid plans, but you can always have goals and aspirations, I would say.
Yeah. the entire world get a beating from this virus, I have to admit.
Oh my god. I mean, it's still not over.
Yeah.
So
We're still
who
getting beaten down.
knows? Who knows what's gonna happen in 2021? Maybe Godzilla will suddenly appear out of nowhere. Start fighting with the Mothman.
I mean, can you imagine this only in a scale that it wouldn't affect or endanger anyone in the planet? Vlogs would explode.
Oh my gosh. Well, I know that you are our guest, but is there anything you want me to give my 2 cents on in terms of our topic? Because I do remember when we first talked about it, you had a few questions, but I don't remember any of them.
Well, basically, what I wanted to ask you is, what would be your advice to someone that you see they want to say something, you can see it in their face, like they want it, but they're holding back from taking that step forward and beginning. What would be your advice towards them?
Okay. Well, before I fully address this, I'm gonna take my sunglasses off, and because this is serious business.
Oh, they're really good.
This is not the first time somebody chooses to ask me something that profound. Actually, one of the previous hosts of Pizza Talks, Ana Maria, I'm pretty sure the episode was called Cinephiling.
Yeah, I remember that. It was a nice episode.
Very, very nice episode. And I love the host. I love Ana Maria. She's wonderful. I remember her coming up to me on set one day and going, "So, what is your advice for people trying to get in the industry and chase their dreams?" And I was thinking, I don't know if I'm the right person to ask. Because I don't feel like I've gotten that far in my career. I don't feel like I've gotten that far in life. So I remember looking at her and thinking, "Why are you asking me?" And she goes, "I don't know. I think you've done a lot. So I wanna know how you do it." I can say with a fair amount of confidence that one of the biggest achievements of my life this year was finishing my book that I had been writing since the start of quarantine. Yeah, I wrote a book of short stories.
I remember you telling me at some point, actually. Sorry for interrupting.
Oh, don't worry. It's okay. I am planning on publishing that book sometime in the fall or winter of next year. That is my long-term goal on my end. And I remember when I first started writing, I didn't feel like I was looking at my writing and I was thinking, nobody's going to like this. Nobody's going to connect with it. They're probably going to think it's snobby or stupid because it's all very short and very emotion-centered. So my number one advice is literally just do what you want.
Yeah.
And don't think about anyone else. If it's meant to happen, it's going to happen. If people are meant to be drawn to it, they're going to be drawn to it because you did it from your heart. I think.
And basically, while we are giving ourselves, when we're creating something, when we give ourselves the benefit of the doubt and think, what if people don't like it? What if people aren't drawn to it? What if they call us out on being bad? Mm-hmm. Well, what if they don't? That's the thing. When we try to start something, we always think of the bad side. We never think of the good side.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and that's what... that is something actually that I'm trying very much to help people get through it, because I know that that feeling of the doubt that we all have, and basically remind them, hey, it may actually not turn. There is literally a 50-50 chance. It's a coin of a flip, yes, but you will never know unless you take. You have to take that chance.
This does bring me to another thing, though. That does not mean that you should not be open to constructive criticism.
That is also true.
I've given my writing to a few people for them to read. Not everything, just a few excerpts. And from that alone, people could tell me, hey, you're a great storyteller. whatever, this, that. I think this could be better if you expressed it like this. When people are giving you their opinion and trying to, basically advise you on what they would like more as a reader, obviously it's up to you to see if that matches up with your vision, right? Especially if you're an artist. But take the feedback. Don't feel attacked by the feedback. If somebody's trying to tell you, hey, I have done this before and this doesn't work, don't be offended. They're not doing it because they don't want to see you succeed. Because I've encountered that with other people when I've given them advice. The first director I worked with took no constructive criticism from anybody and was trying to do everything by himself, even though he had a giant crew and then some. Like, he wasn't letting us do our jobs. It was that bad.
Yeah, I've met a couple of people like this as well, but my advice when it comes to this specifically is, when it comes to criticism, don't take it as people saying how your story, so to speak, is going to fail. Basically, what they're telling you is how theirs failed. If they give explicit details of what they're telling you, and why they make this proposition about what they're saying to you, this suggestion, so to speak, it's most likely because they know something. It's because that most likely they've been there where you are going right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this. Kostas is probably going to let me know after I'm done talking about it. But on the first set that I worked with Kostas, I was ADing. I was assistant directing, amongst other things, and Kostas was DPing. We worked with a director. He knows how I feel about this, so I don't feel uncomfortable talking about it. But he had directed a lot of documentaries in the past. He had never done a short film before. It's like, okay, well, my experience on set has been mostly short films. Granted, I don't know everything, but I do know procedurally what works and what doesn't, right? So we were working, and on occasion, when something was happening and the director seemed a little stuck, I would go up to him and be like, hey, how about you do this? I think it would be best if you, for example, when we had a lot of extras for something, I told him, hey, speak up. Tell them we're going to be doing this, this, and this. We need to be ready in 5. And let's do it. Let's get it over with. On one particular shoot day, I could tell that he was stressing out our DP and stressing out our actress even more. So I politely went up to him and I said, this isn't helping anyone. You can't keep confusing our actress when we're trying to block. And he dead ass turned to me. He grabbed my shoulder. He said, Nancy, if I need your opinion, I'm gonna let you know. Listen. I don't care if you don't want to take advice. Don't be condescending. Unless somebody else is being condescending towards you, why are you condescending? No? Just me? Just spilling the tea over here at the end of 2020. Controversy.
Well,
I felt that in my soul.
Yeah. Or that about the tea is basically another malfunction. Another technical difficulty.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't met that. I don't know who that director you're talking about is personally. But I think if someone were to give an answer like that, I think he was stressed as well, and he couldn't. That's my guess. I think they just didn't know how to handle it at the moment.
Oh,
But like
very
I said,
possible.
yeah, but again, I don't know them. I have no idea. It's just a suggestion.
Very, very possible. And I definitely, while in the moment I was angry, we did talk after, and he was like, thank you so much for your help. I'm like, yeah, you're welcome. Like, I know that he was totally stressed out, and it was his first short. But still, be nice to your crew. I mean, I've met people, I've met people in the industry who are particularly snippy, but even they, in a professional setting, say, thank you, but I'm very stressed, and this isn't helping me. So we all have a lot to learn, myself included. But hey, speaking of learning, what do you hope to learn more about in 2021? Is there something in particular?
Well, I always like going for new things. I mean, I will never turn down a suggestion if someone tells me, "Hey, you want to go do that?" If I've never done it before, I will not turn it down because I don't know how it is. I can give an opinion on something I've never done before, so I guess the more the merrier.
Nice.
The more things I learn, better.
Okay.
Well, except maybe skydiving. I have a huge fear of heights. I'm not gonna do that. I'm sorry.
I have a fear of heights as well. I'm fully with you on that. I would never skydive, and generally, extreme sports, I'm already bad at sports. Can't imagine going to the extreme version of sports. Just not my thing, not my thing.
Yeah.
Do you have any, motivational words that helped you when you were stuck or in a bad place and trying to get back onto working on your goal?
My motivation basically is a little bit weird. What do I mean by that? I do not basically try to motivate myself with good words and just keep doing, you can do it. Basically, my motivation comes from thinking that even before I started, I've already fucked up and I'm trying to prove myself wrong. That's how... It's a little bit weird, I know. But basically, that's how I just keep pushing forward. I mean, I have myself looking at something I really, really want. Then at the back of my head, I hear, there's no way you're going to do it then. And then on the other side of the back of my head, they go like, really? How do you know? And then I just go.
Interesting. All right.
Possibly split personality too, but I don't know.
Oh my god. Well, I wouldn't know either. I'm no psychologist. But it sounds pretty sane to me. You sound pretty sane to me. Well, do I have any motivational words I tell myself? Well, here you go. You wanted to talk about weird things that motivate us. I dance in my kitchen when I don't feel like... when I feel like something's weighing on me. I will put on music, I'll put on my wireless headphones, and dance to music like a maniac. That usually helps me.
I have done this before by myself as well, dancing in my kitchen. Well, not specifically to motivate, just because I felt like it, because I was cooking and nobody was at home. And for some reason, I always put on SpongeBob music. I don't know why.
Oh my god. Can I tell you a story?
Go ahead.
Okay, so... last time I hosted an episode, we did an episode with my roommate, Evie, and one of the most iconic moments that truly define what kind of person I am. I love to bake. I don't like to cook, but I really love to bake. And I was going through a big baking phase. when she had moved in. Here's the thing. When I'm home alone, I don't care to wear clothes. I just don't care to. I will walk around butt-ass naked and just have a ball, right? So poor Evie comes back from work, opens the front door, and this is what she sees. Me wearing nothing but panties and an apron. I wish I was joking. Baking brownies. I look at her. I go, "Oh, hi, Evie." And she turns to me and goes, "Are we expecting anybody?" Oh no. This is just what I do. And well, now she knows me better, and I also know to just wear more clothes around the house.
Yeah.
I love to embarrass myself on the internet. I cannot wait to find this in a few years and think to myself, why did I talk about that? 2020. Why did anything happen this year?
I mean, if you think that's embarrassing, think about it like this. Evie asked you if you were expecting anyone. You said no. Can you imagine what the reaction would be if someone else actually walked in?
If she had brought a friend.
I mean, you know when there are some things that when you see them, you can't unsee them?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm never gonna live that down. The fact that Evie walked in on me half naked and baking. Just amazing. Amazing. Do you have an embarrassing story from this year, or closer to this year that happened?
Well, not exactly from this year. The thing is that I don't feel embarrassed that easily. I mean, it has to be something very specific that gets me, and the plans have to align in a sort of way. So, in order for me to get embarrassed, but
okay.
That's mainly thanks to LARP, because after what I'm doing in LARP, there's no way I'm gonna get embarrassed that easily. What embarrassed me? Well, basically, it was, again, during streaming, we were, with my friend Chris, we were streaming Salt and Sanctuary, which is a 2D, like Dark Souls kind of game, armor, spear, shields, and shit. And there was an area that it was genuinely known for traps.
Okay.
I step on one. I say, okay, now I know how this looks. Never gonna step in it again. I ended up stepping on each and every single trap this area had.
Wow.
And it was just amazing. It was giant boulders rolling down on my face, logs hitting me in the face. My character, of course, not me specifically. And
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was one of the moments in the stream where I actually stopped talking again because I was just being beaten down by everything.
Oh no.
And in my head I was hearing like, yeah, you remember what you said at the beginning? Yeah, that didn't go very well, didn't it?
Oh shoot. This just reminded me of something else. No, it was in my head. Hold on. I can do this. I can remember. I can do this. I mean, at this point, I have so many stories that could be considered embarrassing. Like the one time when I was, I want to say 11, 12 years old, I danced in a tiger costume in front of like 300 people and almost did it abroad too. I almost did a fucking repeat of that performance in Belgium later that year. But what I was tasked to do was to dance in a tiger costume to a song called Tiger Rag that was being sung by the primary school choir, kindergarten choir, I don't remember. Either way, teeny tiny baby children, okay? And I was in front of them in a full tiger onesie, just going like this and moving. So there's that one. And we almost did that. We almost did that in a different country. I almost embarrassed myself in front of more people from a completely different country. I have no shame as a performer.
Yeah,
None.
but
That's a proud moment for me.
yeah, but here's the thing though. If so many people liked it to the point that it was going to another country, was it really embarrassing?
Probably not. I consider it the start of me giving less fucks about doing whatever. Seriously. Like, after that, anything that somebody proposed for me to do, I was like, can't be worse than this, so let's do it. I've already done the worst. Give me anything else. Wow, the weather today is insane.
Yeah, that is actually
What
true.
is happening? It's raining. It's pouring, actually. It's not even just raining. It's pouring outside. And it's super windy. It's been windy all day.
Yeah.
But to conclude this talk that started from success to me spilling tea to us talking about embarrassing moments, do you have any wishes for 2021? Like, if a genie came up to you and was like, you can have 3 wishes that are gonna come true for 2021, what would they be?
Well, to get this right out of the butt, the third one obviously is Genie, you're free. We gotta stick to Aladdin here.
Aww.
The first one, I actually don't know what I could wish for. I guess, well, maybe I guess for this whole pandemic thing to start settling down eventually. I mean, I know we got shots recently. They said that they have a cure, some sort of cure or something like that. I don't know. I'm not gonna spill false information here. But I really hope this gets settled. It's gone on for way too long, and it screwed everything up, especially when it comes to schools and universities and everything. I mean, and if you think that it's fine, think about it like that. One of my laboratory classes is medical engineering. I feel like I did basic electronics. Not anything new is what I'm trying to say. That's the first one, and the second one I guess would be for people to have a little bit less self-doubt about themselves, to have a little bit more courage to push forward to get what they wanted, to get what they really want to do, to make better with their lives. Because I don't know about others, I see way too much negativity the past years. And yes, I understand it's COVID and things like that. It makes it a little bit worse, but come on, I mean, I guess at the point of difficult times, I suppose we can actually make up our minds, take a step forward and say, you know what, fuck it. Just because I just want to smile. And you know what happens? I'm just going to smile. Not because anyone told me or because I should, just because I feel like it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing
That's
wrong.
really beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong if you don't feel like smiling. Nobody would blame you at this point. But you know,
It's true.
it will make the world just a little bit brighter.
Oh. Well, for me, if I had to stick to 2 wishes, assuming that I want to set the genie free, which I will, my first wish would be for everyone to be able to spend the holidays and important events with their loved ones next year. Whether that is friends, biological family, or chosen family, I feel like that is the thing that I missed out on and everyone missed out on the most. I miss everyone. I miss human contact. And second wish would be for the world to just be a bit of a better place next year, to the point where we're not dealing with one major catastrophe after the next. I don't know what exactly that means. I know that that can mean many different things for many different people. But I just want the world to be happier. I want people to be happier and to find reasons to feel happy. And if I can help spread that joy, I'll be very happy to. And especially if that means doing more episodes of this next year. I can't wait for that. Well, Nicola, thank you so much for tuning in with us today.
It's been
on
my
our last
pleasure.
episode. Last episode of 2020. See, I'm already skipping ahead. I don't know what's going on.
End.
Just let it end. But thank you everybody so much for joining in this year and for listening to us. Thank you to Kostas for helping us figure out everything that went wrong today and for actually making this possible. Thank you to everybody who has hosted or has been a guest on Pizza Talks this year. That includes you, Nicola. Hi. And I cannot wait for us to do more of these next year. And there will be a very special first episode. We haven't figured out what that will be yet, but I know for a fact that it's going to be amazing and you're not going to want to miss it. So make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel here. Like this video if you liked us talking about all this stuff. Maybe leave a comment telling us about your favorite and your most embarrassing moment of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
How about that?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
And
we will see you in 2021. Mm-hmm.
And remember,
take it away.
Remember to always follow your ambitions. Don't hold back. Let loose. Let loose. Do what makes you happy.
Yes.
And a happy
Let
New Year.
loose, everybody. Happy New Year. And I hope everybody had a happy holidays, happy Christmas, happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. Happy holidays. See you next year. This has been Nansy Samaka. And
Nicolas Kondylis. Always a pleasure to try.
Bye.
Bye.